So with your permission, I must record the interview and that I will edit this video and publish that in on YouTube publicly for the academic
Yeah,
assignment. Okay,
yeah, you can.
that's so nice.
We have found out one problem with local vendors and the relationship between the local vendors and huge hospital chains in India. If they are in one place, they procure their day to day. We have created an online marketplace where we distribute the products directly to them. So cutting the middlemen and making the product more economical. We used to go door to door, sell our product, pitch about our product. So this was this. It was new to us.
Yeah.
So every day we used to pitch to at least 30 to 40 people, and we used to encounter 32 to 40 different kind of people, different mindset. Like one guy used to be very much specific about the quality of product, not about the pricing. There used to be another guy who was much into pricing of the product, and there would be another person who would be interested in how would customers take the product, and a few other people who were morely lead towards the margins. Are you giving the better margins? How well the product would be received? And we have learned a lot actually. It has helped us improve how to pitch the product well. The idea could work when we started to grow huge in micro market, in our own micro market. I mean, this micro market, we were our reach was more compared to the local shop guys' reach. So that's when we thought our idea was well established and well taken by the customers.
The customers, I got you. So did you have any just like memory about your first paying customers and how did you find them?
First customer, see, we were actually pitching from day shop to shop. So that's how we found our first customer too. Initially, we were undercutting the market, but once we understood the market, we started to price our own product similar to the branded ones. I mean, the branded ones in the means the big names, because we got the market. So pricing, what we got to know is initial stages, whatever cost we acquired, whatever cost, your cost of goods sold. So using that model, what we used to think is, for example, so what we started to think is we started to think from the retailer perspective. So the price is at 200. From there, we used to get our margin. I mean, the backward.
Yeah.
So that's how the pricing model has changed. Initially, we used to manufacture at an X cost and we used to sell at Y cost. And after selling at Y cost, the product used to sell at Z cost. But now what we are doing is, since the product is selling at Z cost, we are giving a price at X. From the product costing, we have come back. Initially, we used to forward the pricing. Now we are doing the backward pricing. For most effective ones right now is salesman acquisition channel. So salesman goes to the shop, he gets the order, he pitches the product. So that's the most effective ones that we have seen. It's more like a push model, not pull model. Pull model is where the customer comes and asks your product. But push model is you give the margin to the retailer, so he takes the product in. That's how we are doing the business right now. Yeah, we do. We have developed one app actually in midway of our business. That app was used by salesmen. So the thing is, the development cost was so high that it burned out pockets. So that's when I understood financial. This thing is very important, and that actually made costed us 2-3 months of our time to regain everything back.
You did.
Probably, yeah. We had that time not once or twice. We had it like 4 or 5 times throughout this part of my year of journey.
Yeah.
When it happened was, the thing is, in B2B they are called credit cycle. If I give a product to a customer, he would probably pay back the money in like 30 days or 90 days. So I need to keep the cash flow running. For those days when we were struggling for the cash flow, to keep the cash flow running,
Yes.
we did encounter that issue, saying that, oh man, will this work out? Will this thing out? But I don't know how did we pull it off. We did pull it off, I guess, because of our the discipline that we showed in the business. Somehow we pulled it off. Otherwise, one thing that I would tell all the business students right now, the people who are doing, the students, I mean the students who are doing MBA and all, you would be seeing certain set of examples of how the things would work out. But in real world, how things wouldn't work out are like there are more stories about how things didn't work out compared to how things worked.
I'm Liang, business student. In this video, I will summarize the key insight from my interview with the founder of the Nanya Stationery Private Limited, a B2B stationery distribution business started within the last 5 years in India. The business operates mainly in B2B distribution. Their core idea is straightforward. They supply to day-to-day stationery needs such as the papers, the pens, more efficiently by reducing the intermediaries and improving the economics for buyers. They serve local micro market and their operations are largely offline, supported by the salesmen who go directly to the shops and clients, while a smaller share came through the online route. Yeah, my first key insight is that at the early traction did not come from a very perfect plan. It came from direct selling and first learning in the field. The founder described spending the first months going door to door and pitching every day to dozens of the potential customers. Through the repeated rejection and conversations, they learned how difficult buyers think. Some focus on the quality, some on the price, and some on margins. So their pitch become sharper over time, I would say. So from a PC perspective, this highlight what mattered in the early time is exposure to real customers' reactions and their iterations, not just the internal absorption. Yeah, my second one is about pricing display. In the early stage, they had to adjust the pricing and margins to win customers, sometimes accepting lower margins to just enter the market. Yeah, over time, the founder explained that their pricing logic mattered. Like instead of just pricing only based on their own cost plus a target margin, they started pricing with the retailers and end customer contact in their mind. What market can realistically accept and how the value captured across the chain. So for me, the takeaway is that pricing is not just a formula; it's a system of incentive across the distribution chain. My third one is about execution risk, especially cost control, operational reliability, the cash flow management. Yeah. And the founder gave a very clear example of the costly mistake. Sorry about that. They used to developing an app in the middle journey, and that becomes expensive and created financial pressure, taking time to recover that. Yeah, after that, they moved to a low-cost internal software. Yeah, they also describe the reality of the B2B credit circles when clients who want to just like pay in 30 to 90 days, meaning the cash flow can become a very survival issue even when the sales are some sort of growing. Yeah, the business survived those moments through the display and continuously of the pushing of the operations forward. Yes, so like from a jury perspective, I see those main areas of risk and I would ask questions such as like first, unit economics and margins. What margin level is sustainable once the business scales, and what triggers the margins pressure? So yeah, that's a good question. And the second is about cash flow resilience. How do you finance a credit cycle? What mechanism you can use to reduce the late payments and protect liquidity? And about the third, I think, is operational reliability. What are the key bottlenecks in procurement and fulfillment, and how do you reduce the dependency on any single suppliers or micro market? Yeah, my personal learning is that the real entrepreneurship is built on the ground truth, repeated customer contact, and the pricing logic shaped by the market and displaying execution under the constraint like the cash flow and operations. Yeah, if I apply this back to my own PC work, it remind me credibility comes from the evidence. Yeah, what customer actually do, not only what we write a plan. Going forward, I will say I would prioritize faster validation, clear operational assumptions, and a more realistic cash flow